What is up, y'all? We are just going to ignore the fact that I look like I'm coming out as a heterosexual male right now. I look so extremely busted, but I don't know if you guys saw, like 3 weeks ago, I had made a comment in one of my videos that I was like, y'all, I'm getting like over a cold or whatever. And I was like, it's been so crazy that it's been over 2 years since I had been sick, literally 2 years. And I just thought that was so crazy that I had finally gotten sick. I knew it was going to come around. But y'all, I got sick again 2 days ago. And it was like really really crazy 2 days ago, and I low-key wish it was like recorded though, because when I woke up, like I want to say I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was shivering so hard like this, like my teeth were like like two. I hadn't been like that sick in so long, and it really really sucks because obviously it's December now, and I was going to try my hardest to upload every single day, and clearly I already missed the mark on that, because y'all know how like people be doing like vlogmas and things like that. But yeah, well, Loki, I don't understand how people do Vlogmas. Honestly, I feel like you guys would be like, bitch, your life is boring. Like, what are you doing all the time? And I'm like, just sitting there on the couch eating. Like, who wants to see that? You know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, before we jump into this video, which obviously we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star and Trisha Paytas, um, I I want to keep it so real with you. And look, I feel like maybe if I keep it real with you guys, maybe then it'll be easier for me to make a change, you know? So I know that I have been saying for like, I don't know what, a year now, a year and a half, yeah, probably a year and a half, maybe even 2 years, honestly, that I'm going to like do TikToks. And I'm going to be so for real with you guys that I hadn't been transparent with you guys, because I was like, you guys are going to be like, you're just a little weenie. For the longest time, I haven't wanted to do TikToks because I'm scared. Okay, like just being so straight up with you guys, like I feel like, look, obviously I'm a very opinionated person, and I'm kind of like, look, my opinion's my opinion, and that's just the way it is. And whether it comes down to, something political, whether it comes down to something from the Real Housewives or like beauty drama, whatever my opinion is, even if it's not the popular opinion, I'm still going to stand by it. You know what I mean? But I feel like when it comes on TikTok, y'all, especially because like, I don't know, like here is like my comfort blanket. You guys are all my comfort blanket. Obviously, we all sit back in the comments and talk to one another and things like that. So I feel like you guys are like my group of besties. Do you know what I'm saying? But then I feel like if I go on TikTok, it's like me transferring to like a new school. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like I'm gonna want to fight some people, honestly. Like I really do. So I noticed before that when I had made TikToks before, I'm like a couple comments, I'm like, why do I want to like square up? And back in the day, I used to like just like whatever. But I feel like when it comes down to your opinions, well, let me specify specifically when I say like back in the day, I used to get comments of people calling me fat and bald and the F slur. Do you know what I mean? It's just all these different things. And for me, for some reason, I 100% don't mind if people were to call me all those names. But when you start attacking me because I have a difference of opinion than you, that's where I low key get pressed. Like I'm like, what world are you guys living in that you want us all to be robots and think the same and act the same way? I watch other people's videos that I don't agree with. I still follow people that I don't agree with, and I feel like on TikTok, don't get me wrong, there's like a really good side of TikTok, but then it's just like if you're on this opinion, people are gonna get mad at you. If you're this opinion, people are gonna get mad at you. And I just feel like the way that they comment, I'm like, yo, I'll be like, catch me in the streets because I'm ready to throw it down. But anyways, the reason for me saying this is that we are approaching, 2025, and I just feel like I need to make a change because obviously this channel is just so stagnant. And y'all, just keeping it real, I ain't making money like I used to. So I just feel like it's time for me to make a change, and I really do feel like I need to get onto TikTok. And I just thought that maybe if I kept it real with you guys, maybe it'll like, I don't know, push me forward to doing it and stop being scared and just realize everyone's gonna like be mad at you, even if you have like the most perfect opinion ever that was really well thought out and like articulate. People are still going to talk shit. So I just feel like I need to get over it. Anyways, I know I am so, y'all, I can't believe it's been like 4 minutes that I'm rambling. I am so sorry. I just feel like I need to talk to you guys about that. We're going to be talking about Jeffree Star for a couple different reasons today, but the main reason being what is up with the Just Trish podcast. Like low-key, I'm losing complete hope in that. And y'all, I'm so sorry. I was looking forward to that, like big time. I wanted to know so many things about them, and I just wanted to know what happened. You know what I mean? And I felt like we were going to get that. And then now it's really looking like we're not going to get that episode. Also, we are going to be talking about Jeffree. This is something that I had been meaning to talk about for like the past month, but I just keep on forgetting. We're going to be talking about Jeffree Star and Trixie Mattel, which this situation, it got me pressed. It got me pressed. Like, honestly, you guys know that I had made comments before that I feel like, oh, like Jeffree Star's like in his own lane over there, like in Wyoming. I feel personally that since he moved to Wyoming, I feel like he had changed, and I feel like he became, just out of the drama. No, when it comes down to Trixie Mattel, and by the way, it's literally been like a month now, and please let me know. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. If you guys have seen this video, I will play like a small audio recording of it. Basically, Jeffree Star was on TikTok Live and he was talking about veneers, and he threw major shade at Trixie Mattel, totally uncalled for. And the things that he said were so damn rude. Like, to be quite honest with you guys, before I even play that clip, my thing is if you have an opinion about somebody who had got work done and you're not a fan of that work that they got done, I feel like there is a very nice constructive way that you can talk about it. Because say for example, if Jeffree Star did not like Trixie Mattel's veneers and he's bringing up examples of people with bad veneers, he could very easily say like, Trixie honestly is a really good example, and I'm not throwing shade, I don't mean any hurt or hate by this, but honestly I look at Trixie's, veneers, and I think that they just really don't look that complimenting to her. Do you know what I'm saying? He could have totally did it like that. But the things that he said, I was like, okay, so he's definitely still a bitch. Like, to be straight up with you, I'm just like, whoa, like this was totally uncalled for to us in the public, okay? And I'm gonna say that to us in the public because maybe there's some type of beef behind the scenes. Maybe Trixie Mattel has done something to him or said something to him that we don't know about, because this seemed like completely out of left field and it seemed totally uncalled for. Go ahead and check it out.
I'm a dental expert, even though I don't have a license.
Oh, please, I love this. Go ahead.
Of course, dental implants, right? Your body is either going to take them or not. It's very risky. I've seen it work great. It's great for people that used to do crack, or they just I've seen an array of transformations, right? The things that we have are crowns, right? You shave your tooth down. If your tooth looks like this and they shave it down and they're putting on an entire new structure, that's a crown. The problem with veneers and why you see a lot of influencers and Hollywood people get really bad ones is because they're just barely buffing down a little bit and they're putting on a front. So you see people look down or they're talking to you. I'm going to be really brutal. Trixie Mattel has some of the worst teeth I've ever seen in my fucking life. Okay. Trixie Mattel only has a top done with no bottom. So it looks like full yellow piss and then this beautiful front.
I don't know why
if you
people
don't
do
get
that.
your top and bottoms done, it looks awful. And if you do get some of them done, a lot of these people like them, very cheap work, they look around and see.
Match the color.
Y'all, am I crazy, or was that just like, ugh? Like, I don't know, to me, that just gave like real, like, I don't know, like 2016 vibes of Jeffree Star. And I'm like, damn, here I am. Like, I do make comments about like, oh, I think that he's like learned and grown. It's things like that I'm just like, okay, no, you're just a bitch. And look, I'm a very opinionated person, okay? I definitely do. Like, say, for example, y'all, like, if you guys are watching the new 90 Day the Other Way, I think it is. I want to say it is. I forget. But basically, there's this couple of this girl who's like taking her sons to Ireland. And the guy, by the way, he's like really, really cute. But then I look at his veneers and I'm like, whoa, those just look like super fake. Do you know what I mean? Also, if you guys know Freddie Freeman from the Dodgers, like I look at his veneers and I'm like, whoa, they just look like super fake. Like, we all have those opinions. But it's like, to say things like that and to say, oh, the bottom row looks piss yellow. I'm like, damn, like, why do you got to be like that? Like, I feel like that's aggression. That it's like you either have beef with the person, y'all got into it. There must be some type of underlying issue, because why would you just go in on Trixie like that? Do you know what I mean? And I really do feel like Jeffree's playing with fire, because it's like, Trixie Mattel is very loved, like very, very popular, very loved. And y'all, she's like on so many different TV shows. And on top of that too, she has a very successful makeup line. She's like super popular, obviously, in the drag scene. So I'm just like, why would he do that? I have to personally think that like something has happened behind the scenes, but I feel like he should have said something about it. Do you know what I mean? Also, I have to say too, to my understanding, this is what I was like bringing up earlier, but then I got sidetracked, is it has been like over a month now that that has happened, that recording that you guys just heard from one of his lives. To my understanding, Trixie hasn't said anything back towards Jeffree, which I think is kind of crazy, because I'm like, I really do feel like Trixie is hilarious and knows how to throw shade. So I'm like, why wouldn't he say anything back to Jeffree? Maybe he thinks it's one of those things that if he takes like the approach of like, it's better to just not say anything. But I don't know. I feel like I would have said something, but I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about, okay, there has been so many rumors on social media that the podcast with Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star is canceled. I had made a comment about it, like, I want to say about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, because I think that they filmed it like 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, what's going on here? There's a lot of people online that are saying that Trisha Paytas like films very far out in advance. And yes, I do understand a lot of podcast people do that. Because say, for example, if they're going to be busy, somebody had commented before on one of Trisha Paytas's TikToks, writing back to somebody else, saying that Trisha Paytas had said that she's going to be very busy in the month of December, so she's pre-filming, so maybe that she will put it out then. However, to my understanding though, the collaborations that she's recently done, they were filmed pretty recent. So this is where I'm getting a little bit confused as to where I thought that it was going to come out, and it's very, very confusing as to why it's not coming out. Now, I don't know if you guys want, you guys can head over to Rich Lux's TikTok. I'm not going to play it within today's video because it is like really lengthy, and it's just like a audio recording of somebody that Rich had talked to. Apparently there was this girl in Jeffree Star's live on TikTok, and nobody like screen recorded this, by the way, so I couldn't hear anything from Jeffree Star's mouth himself, or else I probably would have played it. But this is just somebody who was supposedly in Jeffree Star's live, and he had made a comment basically saying that there was some things that Trisha Paytas didn't want to talk about, but then I guess apparently that Jeffree Star was like, oh, I'm cool with talking about anything, so he brought it up, and she wasn't okay with that. So apparently he was kind of making a comment, and this is all alleged, by the way. This is just somebody who said that they had heard it, but there's no audio recording, there's no video screen recording of it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I was like, I don't want to even play the full thing, because what if it's not real? But this person was basically like saying that Jeffree Star had said there was some things that she would want to cut out of the podcast, but it would make the podcast look choppy and people will know that she tried to cut it out. Obviously that's just a speculation right there, but I really do think that something is up. Also, I don't know if you guys on Twitter have heard of this page before. It's called Trish Crave, which is supposed to be like Pop Crave, but for Trisha Paytas, right? So all things Trisha Paytas related. They came out with this post on November 29th, and they said Trisha Paytas seemingly cancels collaboration with Jeffree Star as fans spot deleted content between the duo. I'm a little bit confused about this because I did go to try to check this out and I haven't seen any deleted content. Jeffree Star did film a TikTok with Trisha Paytas and that TikTok is still up. So, and Trisha Paytas still has it reposted, like, because it shows you Trisha Paytas reposted it. She still hasn't unreposted it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a little bit confused about this as to like why Trish Crave is saying that, but it seems like, I don't know, it seems like they're still fine, but also I'm like, what's taking the podcast so long? Also, I have noticed too that Trisha Paytas will talk about a lot of different things. She knows that people are wondering where this podcast is, and she still hasn't said anything about it. Like, she hasn't said, oh, it's coming at the end of December, or it's even coming in January, like whatever the case may be. And I feel like she has been really good with her recording and uploading and all that good stuff. So I'm a little confused though. Also, I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts and opinions about it, because the more comments that I read, like, for example, the Trish Crave one, like the first comment that I seen right there that said, thank God, keep that FAG away from her. Another one right here, I feel like this was for the best. Jeffree doesn't seem to be on the same growth and healing track as Trish. Yeah, that seems to be like the general consensus on Trisha Paytas' post, but obviously, let's go ahead and keep it real. Everybody's still going to watch that. They want to know all the drama. They want to know all the tea. And I just feel like there's just so many things that were left unsaid that if you guys were both viewers of Jeffree Star and Trisha Paytas at the time, that you like low-key want answers to. So I'm still hoping that they come out with the podcast, but it's kind of like not looking likely, but like maybe they're like waiting, you know what I mean? Maybe they're getting people to talk about it, and obviously people are like, it's going to be canceled, and then when she drops it, maybe it'll blow up even bigger. I don't know. But then also, by the way, if you guys are really curious, head over to Rich Lux's TikTok account to listen to that audio recording to where he had spoke with a girl who was allegedly, supposedly inside Jeffree Star's TikTok live. And if what she is saying is true, maybe that's why she's not uploading it, because maybe Trisha Paytas did not like the outcome of it. I don't know. But if I was Jeffree though, like low key, and say for example, like I, you know, obviously flew over here to California and I filmed it and then she didn't upload it, I kind of would low key be a little pressed. And also, oh, on top of that too, before I end this video out, I feel like Jeffree Star is the type of person, especially because y'all know that he does not care. He will say whatever is on his mind. I feel like he would have like been on TikTok live and probably like talk trash like, oh, Trisha Paytas is not going to upload it because X, Y, and Z. He hasn't said that yet to my understanding. This was the thing that I'm talking about with like Rich Lux's TikTok is basically like, oh, this may be a reason as to why she's not. Do you know what I mean? So he hasn't got the confirmation that it's not going to be uploaded. So I don't know. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.